Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm really excited about this video because it's my 30-week pregnancy update, and just the fact that I'm here filming this and that I've actually reached 30 weeks in my pregnancy is so exciting and so crazy to me. It feels like I've been pregnant for forever, honestly, but the fact that like I'm in the 30 weeks is just crazy to me, and it's so exciting, and it really feels like we're kind of that next step towards meeting our little baby girl. So today, just kind of like I do in all of my pregnancy updates, I'm going to share new things that I've been experiencing, how I've been feeling, baby update, pregnancy update. I'm basically just going to share all things pregnancy related with you. My last update, I was 23 weeks. So honestly, you guys, a lot has happened since that update, and so things are looking very different right now, and I am excited to share it all with you today. So if you like pregnancy related videos and if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and let's jump into the video. I have a list of everything I want to go over today. So much has changed since, oh my gosh, like I don't even remember what we were talking about in my last pregnancy update, but I just feel like so much has changed since then. So let's jump into this. Obviously, to address the elephant in the room, the one thing that has changed the most since my last pregnancy update is we are now living in a pandemic where we are all quarantined in our homes and have to practice social distancing. Stores are closed, midwife appointments are being moved online, hospitals kind of are having a weird, eerie feeling to them. And yeah, we're just going to address that first and foremost, because obviously that's the biggest change that has happened, is just everything about life has changed, and I wanted to address it. So if I'm being honest, my emotions due to everything are kind of like this right now. I'm definitely experiencing a roller coaster of emotions. Every day is something different. Some days I really feel like I've got this and like I'm handling it well, and other days it just feels like it's sitting on me and it is crushing me. I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. Pregnancy hormones are not helping. I am feeling myself getting so much more emotional. I cry so much more. Like, I'm already a crier. I will totally admit that I'm a crier, but now I find that like once I start crying, I can't stop crying, and then suddenly every little thing bothers me. And so I think that is probably pregnancy hormone related, where it's like, okay, I'm upset about something big, and then I'll start crying, and then I'll see like, I don't know, a crumb, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even get to sweep the house, and I'll start crying about that. So just silly little things. But yeah, pregnancy hormones are kind of kicking my butt right now, but I am doing okay. For the most part, we're doing good around here. And then obviously another thing that has kind of come along with this whole pandemic is hospitals. I know a lot of women are now choosing to opt for a home birth if that is an option for them. I actually did consider switching to a home birth for about a week. I was kind of looking into it, researching it a bit, chatting with some friends who have had home births and who are opting for a home birth this time around. And I just basically opened myself up to the idea. I've never really been opposed to a home birth. I just always felt the least amount of anxiety when thinking about going to the hospital, just because it's our first baby and I'm kind of like that paranoid, worried, like what if things go wrong? I just want to know that if something were to go wrong, we're in the hospital. And because it's my first experience with having a baby, I don't know how my body's going to react. Whereas like if I had like a previous birth to kind of go off of, I could be like, oh, well, that one went really smoothly, so I might have a bit more peace about having a home birth this second time around. With being a first-time mom, I just do feel the least amount of anxiety with going to the hospital. And so chatting with my midwife, that's basically what we've decided, is that, I mean, like, I love how she shared that basically the best birthplace and the best birth experience is going to be where you as the mother feel the most calm and the most relaxed and the least amount of anxiety. Because if you have those things, if you have that tension and that anxiety and that fear, it's going to affect your birth and your labor experience. And so I just decided that, you know what, there is a weird feeling in hospitals. I had to go to the hospital actually, and I went up to the maternity ward just for a routine thing. And it was weird and it felt a little bit uncomfortable, and that's what made me first look into a home birth. But really thinking about it, I know that when I'm in the moment and I'm experiencing labor, I honestly probably won't care too much about the fact that people are wearing masks, or that we all have to kind of, you know, keep a safe distance and you have to like stand so far away from things and whatever. I really don't think that's going to be like top of my priority, and I know that I will just feel really calm and relaxed knowing that I am in good hands. I mean, I love my midwife, and just knowing that we're in the hospital where if anything were to go wrong, all the equipment and everything that we would need is there. So I am still going to be planning for a hospital birth. I'm open to the idea of a home birth if things were to go like crazy bad, but thankfully where we live, it is actually very tame. In our specific city, there's not actually that many cases right now, and our specific hospital is taking incredible like safety and just like health precautions and stuff, and so I feel very comfortable with baby girl being born there. And I know that in the moment it's just going to be the best decision for me and for us as a little family. And it is heartbreaking because, you know, I was originally planning to have my mom in the room with me, and that obviously can't happen, but honestly I'm just so grateful that I'll have to get to have Rodolfo, and I feel like it'll really make the moment so special, and we'll just be able to bond as a little family because we won't be allowed any visitors, and it'll just be us until we head home. So yeah, I did want to address that because I've kind of chatted about it a little bit on my Instagram, and if you follow me over there, I am still planning for a hospital birth, but yeah, we will wait, we will see. Basically, so much is changing right now, and I'm kind of just trying to take it week by week and see what things are looking like. But I feel a lot of peace and confidence in choosing a hospital birth still, and so that makes me feel really good. Moving on to some symptoms that I have been experiencing in this time of pregnancy. Sciatica pain is killing me, you guys. I mentioned my hip and leg pain in my last video, and it's gotten progressively worse since then, to the point where I had a morning where I was limping around. I couldn't put any weight on my left leg. Rodolfo has even had to like, I was brushing my teeth the other night and suddenly my hips froze up, and so he had to carry me to bed. So yeah, my sciatica pain got really bad, and it basically is like a sharp shooting pain that starts in your hips or lower back and shoots down your legs. And it is incredibly painful, and when you feel it, you just tense up and you can't move, and it's been awful. Like, I can't sleep whenever I feel it because my body, even though I'm laying down, my muscles aren't actually relaxing and they're still really like tense and frozen. So it was awful, and we had a couple nights where we just both didn't get any sleep because I couldn't sleep, and so then it kept Rodolfo awake, and it was just not fun. So I did actually, very grateful this worked out, because I've been able to get in to see a chiropractor, which most of them are closed, but I was recommended one by my midwife, and thankfully they are still open for like emergency care, and what I was feeling was considered emergency, so I was able to get in, which I'm so grateful for. So I'm now actually going to the chiropractor weekly to help with my sciatica pain and just to help realign my body, and it feels really good to know that up until birth I'm going to be being adjusted and having my body taken care of so that it's all working in the best possible way it can while you're pregnant, because certain pains and aches are just kind of normal, but I mean the extreme pain I've been feeling is not normal, and do not live with that if you're experiencing it. Please talk to your midwife or your doctor about it and hopefully get a recommendation for someone or something. But that has been a miracle for me, is going to the chiropractor. If you can't go see a chiropractor, some other things that have helped just to relieve the pain in the moment have been ice packs and like a warm compress of some kind. So for us, we have like a rice bag that heats up in the microwave, and I lay it on my hip or on my butt or my leg, wherever the pain is really like the worst. I just lay that, and sometimes the cooling effect of an ice pack feels better, and sometimes the warming effect of the heated rice bag feels better. So those are things that I feel like everyone kind of has at home, or if you have like a hot water bottle, you can put that on like your hip and it just can help relieve it. Also, like heating up your leg by going like this, so Rodolfo will like rub my leg really fast so that it gets like really hot, and then that helps to just like relax my muscles a little bit. So I know they're kind of like random things, but if you're unable to get into a chiropractor, which is really going to give you that like long-term help and is really going to help like solve what's wrong, Those are just some ways that I was relieving it before I actually got into seeing a chiropractor. But I'm so grateful that now I'm able to feel like I'm tackling my sciatica pain, because it was getting very unmanageable and was pretty awful, if we're being honest. It still is. I mean, I still have flare-ups, but yeah, we're working on it. One thing I'm really grateful for is that baby girl is still very healthy. You know, nothing is going wrong. Everything is looking really good. It is looking like she has actually already flipped and is now head down, which is awesome. And we just hope that she stays that way up until delivery day. But yeah, she is really healthy. And for the most part, I am really healthy, besides like the sciatica pain and the not sleeping and kind of just like those sorts of aches and pains. I'm okay, you know, and like I'm still a very low risk pregnancy, which I am really grateful for, especially with everything that's going on right now. I just can't imagine being like a high risk pregnancy where you have to be in the hospital more and you have to have more things done. I know that there's women who are in the hospitals on bed rest like for a majority of their pregnancy if you or your baby have certain things, and I just can't imagine experiencing that right now with everything else that's going on. So I definitely am trying to remind myself to keep good perspective and remind myself that I am very grateful, or that I am very fortunate to be having a low risk pregnancy, that I'm healthy for the most part, and that baby girl is growing really good and really healthy. Something kind of random is that so when I last went to my midwife, I was like, okay, I think she's head down, because it feels like she's gonna fall out some days. Like, she is so low. And so my midwife actually felt around in my belly and she was like, oh yeah, I can feel her head down there. And it was really cool. She could like feel where her head was in my lower belly. But yeah, she's so low, and when she moves, like, it actually feels like she's trying to crawl out. It is the weirdest feeling. And it's a little like, ooh, when it happens, I'm just like, all right, this is like too personal, baby. But honestly, I'm just so excited because I feel like I can see the end of this pregnancy in sight, and I feel like I can see like meeting baby girl is actually gonna arrive. That day will actually arrive. Pregnancy can feel really long, and it's just one of those things. I mean, 9 months is a long time. But I'm really starting to get excited and kind of feel like that excitement towards birth. And right now, what I'm really trying to work on is educating myself on labor and birth, on watching lots of YouTube videos, on reading. We have a book called The Birth Partner, and so Rodolfo and I have like kind of casually just been reading through it, and I'm just really trying to get myself in a place where I feel like empowered and I feel educated and I feel knowledgeable about what I'm kind of going into. And that is also really helping with my kind of emotional turbulence, is just trying to like ground and calm any anxiety around birth that I might be feeling. But I'll probably do a video actually just dedicated to that, about what I'm doing specifically to help myself mentally prepare for labor and birth, because at this point I'm planning to do it as natural as possible for me, but we'll wait and see. I feel like as a first-time mom, my birth plan is going to be like, this is my birth plan. If it needs to be completely thrown out the window, that's okay too. You guys just tell me what needs to happen. But that is basically everything I wanted to share with you guys today. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week.